Coach, at your first scrimmage out there today, what did you learn about your team?
Yeah, I tell you what, overall I thought it was a good day. The defense dominated the scrimmage. I mean, it was real impressive that the way they flew around. I think the first offense only had one touchdown. It was called back for holding. And so it was an opportunity for our offense to see how we handle adversity, how we respond. But I'm very proud of our defense. I mean, they played with great energy. I think they tackled well. They played very physical. We started out the scrimmage. We did some live field goal block, and started out with that. Then we just went old school scrimmage, put the ball down, and wherever it ended up, we just played it. Like normal tempo. It was a run-oriented scrimmage. That was by design. Our next scrimmage will be a little bit more equal and all that. But I think we learned something. I mean, as coaches, we were wanting to learn some things of defensive players, offensive players, especially the new guys or young guys. And it's hard to say right now who stands out, but it's going to give us an opportunity to watch the film this afternoon and see where we're at and start trying our best to put the pieces of the puzzle. But, overall, I think there was a couple field goals, and that was about it. So it was a really impressive show by defense.
Run-oriented, how did the running backs look out there?
Of course, I'm worried about holding on to the football. I think we had one fumble. The defense got it, and it was one of the younger guys. The first day, we even let Bowser get tackled. Bowser probably had two to three series. It was good to get him out there, and that's probably about all he'll do. Johnny Richardson had the long run, about a 70-yard run that got called back, and then the rest of the guys all got probably pretty close to equal carries, as far as that. But like I said, we learned a lot.
What did you have your quarterbacks do, and what did you learn?
Yeah, we weren't able to go quarterbacks live, so it kind of, you don't get a chance to really get a great feel. But how they ran the offense, how they communicated, I mean, that's really what we'll look at as far as execution. Like I said, there wasn't a lot of long drives, so it was more of how a team responds to them, and how we respond to the adversity on the sideline.
Coach, besides the energy from the defense, was there anything else that stood out about them?
No, they were just having fun. They were playing physical, good, hard-nosed defense. I mean, it felt really good out there watching them fly around.
Mikey Key, when you look at him, maybe even versus the spring, is he a different quarterback? What have you seen maybe specifically about Mikey?
Yeah, I mean, you can just tell he's a year advanced, and he understands concepts. He understands situations. True freshman, you're learning as you go situations, and he's got a better feel for that. And so he's continuing to improve.
You said the quarterbacks weren't live.
Right.
Does that limit what John Rice-Plumlee can showcase?
Well, I mean, obviously he can make plays with his feet. So you strategically, you do best you can about when you think he would be down and when he wasn't. So that's the challenge. But we can still learn quite a bit from what we see.
What did you learn from watching your linebackers today?
Of course, it was the whole defense. I mean, there really wasn't one group that stood out. I mean, there was secondary making plays. Defensive line was very disruptive. They had a great pass rush today. The linebackers, I felt them. You could kind of feel them out there, their presence, and they were really confident. They were flying around trying to play physical.
You said you kicked a couple field goals.
Yeah.
How was that kind of split up? What distances do you remember?
Yeah, Daniel's the one that I think he had all the field goals. Boomer's kind of got a little bit of a tweak and all that, so we're going to rest him until he gets 100%. But Obarski was the one that really got the reps. And then we punted within the scrimmage, just a snapper and a punter and a returner. So it was, I couldn't even tell you how that went. I'll look on film to be able to see that, especially our new punter. I'm curious to see how he reacts in situations. We were going to do some live punt return. We'll go ahead and push that to our next day. We're in shoulder pads and be a little more specific with that.
Were there any young guys that stood out to you, Coach?
It's hard for me to say. I mean, if I say one guy, there's probably two or three I'm going to leave out. I'd rather not. I'd rather wait till the next time I talk to you, and I can tell you, who really stood out in a good way and who didn't.
Your timeline for naming a starter, is that still pretty fluid with how things progress?
What our offensive staff said, let's get through the first two scrimmages, and then that's for everybody. And then we'll kind of see where we're at. And, like I said, my experience is, usually that the whole team knows who the starting quarterback needs to be. Okay, now we'll see if that happens. But right now, I'm not just putting a date down with it.
Before the scrimmage yesterday and the day prior, you guys worked on red zone and third down. How did that go?
Yeah, really good to go third down with our offense and our defense. Yesterday we took it off their legs, and it was red zone, and red zone's a completely different world. And there was a few red zone series live, and that's always different about how guys respond. And so we're just, offensively right now, we're just trying to figure out who we can count on, who is game ready, who is really part of the team with that. And that's really the great thing on a day like this, when you struggle on one side of the ball, you really get to see, okay, all right, we're going to fight through, we're going to stick together. And that's always the positives as you move forward from a coach's standpoint.
What are your expectations for Trayvon Morris-Brash this camp?
Rush the passer would be one of the best pass rushers in college football.
What do you think about the 3 days on, 1 day off that they're doing now?
Yeah, that's by design too. Trying to help our guys with the soft tissue, with the wear and tear, and then football's a routine. And once you get to the season, it's 3 to 4 days and you play. So we're trying to kind of monitor that. And a lot of times in fall camp, you get just as much done or more done in a walkthrough, when you can kind of slow down, you can talk through, and you can teach. And my experience is, attention spans for players in meeting rooms every year kind of goes down. And so if you actually walk through and show them and teach, oh, okay, because they're so used to everything happening quick with the phones and all that. So a lot of times off days are even more beneficial than pad days.
What's the plan for this week? Do you have another scrimmage coming up next
Yeah.
weekend? What's kind of the objective?
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll clean it up. We'll correct. We'll have all the corrections and everything that goes with it. We'll have a special teams emphasis. And then we'll just kind of gear up for the next scrimmage, and hopefully after the next scrimmage we'll have a lot of good information.
For the next scrimmage, coach, will the quarterbacks be live or maybe move?
I haven't decided yet. I mean, before I'd say no, but you never know. You never know.
How would you describe the communication between players out on the field?
Some good, some bad. It was hot out there today, and we're rolling and going, and the communication, the effort, and the attention to detail, it needs to improve, especially on the offensive side, and it will.
Is that Saturday? Is that when this next scrimmage
Yes,
is? So that's the plan, okay.
Yeah, it will be. All right, anything else?
How would you describe the debut of your wife's podcast?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw about 5 minutes of it, and we did it about 3 weeks ago, so I can't remember everything. But she's the star of the show. So, like I said before, I'm pretty boring. She's the personality of the group, but I'm really excited for her. Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you,
guys.
guys.